Hi everyone.
Hi.
So, today I'm going to be talking about elephants, a life to some, an accessory to others. Growing up in a Hindu family, my love for elephants stemmed from Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles and god of good fortune. Lord Ganesha has the head of an elephant. When I was little, my aunt used to tell me the story of Lord Ganesha, and I'd just be sitting there gawking at her as she did. I was amazed by this mystical tale of bravery and righteousness. In Hindu and Buddhist cultures, elephants are celebrated and respected for their virtuous characteristics, often described as the perfect disciple. As a child, and even today in fact, elephants have been one of my favorite animals. The way they move so gracefully is mesmerizing, and how they organize themselves has always been fascinating to me. Maybe it's because they live in a matriarchal society, meaning that the oldest and often largest female leads the herd. I feel the way the females take charge and care for each other is empowering. However, elephant populations are becoming smaller each decade, creeping their way closer to extinction each year. Why? Because of the relentless poachers who see them merely as a financial investment, ignoring the fact that they play an important role in maintaining the balance and the biodiversity of the ecosystems that they live in. The question is, if we can sympathize with the pain and sufferings we see in other people, why can't we do the same for animals? Especially knowing that they too are capable of displaying emotions such as grief, joy, and anger, just as we humans do. Elephants are poached most notably for their tusks, more specifically for the ivory in them. Now you may be wondering, what are tusks? In mammals, tusks are elongated and enlarged teeth that protrude beyond the mouth, usually canine teeth as seen in certain species such as walruses, warthogs, and pigs. Elephant tusks, however, are modified incisors found in the upper jaw. A newly developed tusk has a smooth enamel cap with a dentine, that is, the underlying layer known as ivory. This is where the value of an elephant lies in the eyes of a poacher. However, not all elephants grow tusks. Did you know that all African elephants grow tusks, but only some Asian elephants grow tusks? Well, now you know. Just like you and I, who are usually either left-handed or right-handed, elephants are either left tusk or right tusk. An elephant's tusks are an essential part of their survival. This is because elephants use their tusks to protect themselves, gather food, excavate water, clear out brush, and strip the bark off of trees. Somewhat similar to how we use our hands, right? Elephants are a keystone species, meaning that other animals living in the same ecosystem are largely dependent on them for survival. When an elephant uses its tusks to dig for water, they are also creating a watering hole for other animals during the dry season. As herbivores, they feed on plants, and in doing so, gaps are created. This newly emptied area provides a path for smaller animals and allows the growth of new plants. Elephants are also responsible for seed dispersal. Regardless of where they live, elephants leave dung that is full of seeds from the plants that they eat. This enables plants to grow in new territory, diversifying plant species and improving the health of the ecosystem. Therefore, to lose elephants to extinction would also mean biodiversity loss and land degradation. Our goal is to halt and reverse this process, not accelerated. In doing so, we will be achieving Sustainable Development Goal number 15, life on land. We don't realize it, but elephants are just like us. Just like how we comfort our family and friends, elephants do the same in their herds. They make chirping noises to cheer up the other unhappy elephants in the herd. In addition, they extend their compassionate nature to other creatures too. In India, an elephant who is trained to lower heavy wooden posts into pre-made holes once refused to do so until a sleeping dog was removed from the bottom of one of the holes. I'm sure that in that position, most of us would do the same, wouldn't we? Elephants are also capable of shedding tears. They too grieve the loss of loved ones, often burying the deceased under branches, leaves, and dust. Sound familiar? At the end of the day, elephants are one of the kindest animals out there. There is nothing that is going to change that. When an elephant is hunted down for its tusks, it has to endure a great amount of suffering, as does any animal when hunted down. Poachers would rather kill than tranquilize an elephant because tranquilizing is time-consuming, expensive, dangerous, and requires a very specialized expertise. They often use darts, poisons, and high-powered rifles to take an elephant down before mutilating them by hacking out the elephant's tusks from its skull to get as much ivory as possible. What's left of this inhumane act is devastating. In the past 3 years, ivory-seeking poachers have killed 100,000 elephants. It is estimated that one African elephant is killed every 15 minutes, with only 300 to 400,000 left remaining in the wild. It breaks my heart to know that by the end of this presentation, one of these magnificent creatures will meet its end. But it doesn't have to be this way, which is why the wonderful people at WWF-Malaysia have given me this opportunity to speak openly about this issue. The luster and shimmer of ivory has grabbed global attention to make pretty things out of them, because, apparently, to some, aesthetic trumps ethics. This insatiable lust for ivory has created an equally insatiable demand that has been alive and well for decades. Unlike elephant populations, unfortunately. A comprehensive census has shown that the African elephant population has declined by nearly a third from the year 2007 to 2014. This means that the population has declined by 144,000 animals in just 7 years. In 2011 alone, we humans broke the record for the amount of illegal ivory seized worldwide at 38.8 tons. This is equivalent to the tusks of over 4,000 elephants. The extent of human greed has exceeded my expectations. This just shows that humans are just as, if not more, destructive than we are innovative. But it doesn't have to be this way. Ivory has been a luxury symbol for decades, dating back to the 6th millennium BCE. It was prized for its aesthetic appeal, durability, and unique versatility. Ivory makes mundane objects feel luxurious. Should these objects be made with wood or plastic, its luxury diminishes, and we feel less special owning them. If we were conditioned to think that ivory is as classless as plastic, the issue of elephant poaching probably wouldn't even be an issue. This is because the value of ivory is a result of social conditioning. An elephant's tusks is of no use to a human being. We've got hands with opposable thumbs. We've practically got it all. This is why I think we should respect evolution and leave tusks where they belong, on the animals that need them. However, it's not all bad. Organizations such as WWF are putting their boots to the ground by monitoring trends in illegal ivory trade. Their profound work is reinforcing the laws set by the government and defending existing protected areas. In addition, countries such as the United States are taking measures to reduce elephant poaching by establishing a moratorium on the importation of ivory. In recent years, due to the decline in African elephant populations, the value of a live elephant has surpassed the monetary value of ivory. So much so, it is said that the tourism value of a single live elephant is 76 times higher than the monetary value of a single dead elephant's tusk. Therefore, thanks to tourists who are willing to pay generously to see the world's largest land mammal, the value of a live elephant in its lifetime is worth that of 76 dead ones. Ivory also has a special place in art and history, seeing that ivory has been the predominant choice for carving sculptures and trinkets. There is no doubt that ivory carving has led to the birth of many beautiful sculptures. In truth, the aesthetic value of ivory carvings has nothing to do with the ivory itself. The beauty of these pieces lie within the intricacy and patterns that illustrate the immeasurable workmanship put into the designs. These patterns give us something to relate to, and that is a human touch. Elephants, as well as other animals, should be an artist's muse, not their canvas, considering that the tusk itself holds no artistic value. Now is the time for us to take a stand against elephant poaching and ivory trade. The simplest way to do so is to stop buying ivory products. There are many alternatives for ivory. Therefore, to not use ivory products would not interfere in our daily life in any way. Speaking of which, we can also do our part in daily life by shopping sustainably. We should support sustainable products as these products are made responsibly with consideration to environmental issues such as deforestation and poaching. We can show our support by looking for eco-labels on products such as palm oil and wood products. As the saying goes, when the buying stops, the killing can too. I think it's safe to say that most of us here are not ready to dedicate our lives completely to wildlife and move into the jungle. However, there are organizations and people out there that are, but they need our help. The few that I know of are the International Elephant Foundation, the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, the World Wildlife Fund for Nature, and the Amboseli Elephant Research Project. All you and I need to do is to make a contribution through donations, buying merchandise, or simply spreading the word. The most effective way to put a stop to issues such as elephant poaching is to educate people and create awareness. What we should do is talk about these issues, share what you know to be true. You'd be surprised by how much a simple conversation can change a person's perspective for the better. So, if you've learned anything here today, I challenge you to make a move for a better tomorrow. Thank you.